Okay, so now we will start with question number 5. Right, we will start with question number 5. From the following information furnished by Ram, prepared trading and PL and draft his balance sheet as at 31st March. So they have given us the opening balance and the closing balance. In that they have given creditors opening closing, expense outstanding opening closing, fixed asset including machinery, stock in hand, cash at bank. Debtors they have given us opening, they have not given us the closing one, right? Okay. Cash and discount credited to debtors means this is cash received as well as discount allowed, both. Then sales return, bad debt, cash sales and credit sale together they have given us. Discount allowed by creditor, that is discount received. Return to creditor is purchase return. Capital introduced by check. Capital introduced by check. Collection from debtors deposited into bank after receiving cash. Okay. And then cash purchases, they have given expense paid by cash, they have given drawings by check, they have given machinery acquired by check, they have given cash deposited into bank, they have given cash withdrawn from bank, they have given cash sales, they have given payment to creditors by check, they have given. Ramji has not sold any fixed asset during the year. Now, this sum is very easy, right? Now, the only thing which we need to carefully note out here is, first of all, they are not provided us with any purchase detail. So that is but obvious, you can easily get it from creditors. Secondly, they have not given us closing debtor, so anyway we have to prepare our debtors. Then they have given us total sales, right? Okay. And they have given transactions of cash and bank. Few transactions have been carried out through check, that is bank, and few has been carried out through cash. So what will be basically the mindset of the problem, right? So number one, we have to prepare creditors account to get my purchase. Then we have to prepare debtors account to get this closing debtor. And do we have to prepare cash and bank, that we have to see, right? So let us start. So Ram, first of all I will be preparing trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March. Now, so I need opening stock, then I have to get my purchases, then sales, then closing stock, then I'll get the gross profit part. So this gross profit has to be carried down to PL. Right? Is that fine? Now, opening stock. This is the part which we have to prepare, right? Trading and PL. And in order to prepare this, if there is any missing figure, that we will see. Do we have opening stock? Yes, we have. So opening stock is 160,800. Do we have closing stock? Yes, we have 222 400. Right? Now, do we have purchases? No. We have sales. Both cash and credit is total sales is 1436200 less sales return. In our earlier problem, there was no sales return. So return from debtor is 29,000. So now I will get 1407200. Is that fine? Now in last problem we had the gross profit ratio, so automatically we multiplied on sales, we got gross profit, and purchase was balancing figure. But here in this problem we don't have gross profit ratio, right? So anyway we have to find out purchase, and that can only be found out by preparing creditors account. Now here you know that you have cash purchases of 20,600, so the only part which you don't know is credit purchase, so that can easily be found out by preparing note number 1. So what was creditors opening balance? The creditors opening balance is 315,400. What is the closing balance? 2,48,000. Now cash and discount credited to debtor, it will not come. Return from debtor, it will not come. Bad debt, it will not come. Sales, it will not come. Discount allowed by creditor. So to discount received is 14,000, and return to creditor. So to purchase return is 8,000. Capital introduced will not come. Collection from debtor will not come. Cash purchase will not come. Expense paid, drawings, machinery, cash deposited, cash sales, payment to creditor by check. So to credit, to cash, to bank, sorry, it has been paid by check. 12,05,400. Right? Now automatically you can get by credit purchase. Balancing figure. How much? 14,000 plus 8,000 plus 1205400 plus 2,48,000 minus 315,400. So that comes to 11,60,000. Right? So all informations pertaining to creditor I have put. I have got my credit purchase. Is that fine, everyone? I told you, the moment I will get stuck, I'll prepare account. So cash purchase is 20,600 plus credit purchase is 11 lakh 60 less return to creditor is 14,000, oh sorry, 8,000. Right? So 20,600 plus 11 lakh 60,000 minus 8,000, 11,72,600. Right? So the only part which was missing was credit purchase, that I have got it by preparing creditors account. So now I'll get the gross profit. So I'll put it in, transfer it to PL. Right? So the next part which I am going to prepare is PL. Now for PL I require all the expense detail. So two expenses how much? 191,400. This is paid. Opening outstanding I will subtract, and closing outstanding I will add. So 191,400 plus 6,600 minus 12. 1,86,000. Is that fine? Now, next, like last problem we had discount allowed. They have not given us out here, but now you can easily calculate out of cash and discount credited. Discount credited to debtor means discount allowed. The total is 12,80,000, but collection from debtor deposited into bank is 12,50,000. So it means cash and discount allowed is 12,80,000, and out of that cash received is 12,50,000. So remaining 30,000 has to be discount allowed. Whereas discount received they have given us directly. $14,000. Last but not the least, we have depreciation, right? That is prepared by note number 2. Here they have not mentioned you the rate of depreciation. So in this particular case, if we have to calculate depreciation, so we have to prepare fixed asset account, right? So note 2, I will prepare fixed asset account. You must have seen in cash flow statement, right? In your foundation level you had depreciation. So depreciation debit side means inflow, credit, asset debit side means inflow, asset credit side means outflow. Inflow means purchase, outflow means sale and depreciation. So you have opening closing, they have given you purchase, and they are telling that there is no sale. So the outflow side balancing figure will be depreciation. So what is the opening balance? 232 200. What is the closing balance? 240 800. So fixed asset account debit to bank. Machinery is included in this fixed asset. This is 232 200. This is 63 600. So automatically two 32 200 plus 63 600 minus the closing one 240 800. So we have depreciation of 55,000. Right, we have depreciation of 55,000. Simple. So inflow you have only purchase and outflow is sale and depreciation. So in the given problem they are told clearly that there is no sale, so balancing figure has to be depreciation. Right? No. Now do you think that there is any other expenses and income that is going to come here? Sir, let me just have a reading. Sales return and purchase return has been taken when we have prepared this trading account. Sir, I missed out bad debt of how much? 8,400. Is that fine? So now I will get so we will get a net profit of 30,800. So initially when we started reading the problem, we have realized two things, that purchase is missing, credit purchase, so anyway we have to prepare creditor, and closing debtor is missing, so anyway we have to prepare debtors. And then we started the problem, right? So at right now we felt the need for preparing creditors and fixed asset. So opening stock, closing stock, sale, cash purchase, purchase return. The only part which was missing is credit purchase, which I found out by preparing creditors. And then I started preparing the PL account. Outstanding I have adjusted, unlike last problem. Then discount allowed I have got, because they have given us this total receipt, right, and discount allowed together, and further they have given us discount allowed separately as well. So I subtracted and I got discount allowed, right? So I don't think we are left with any other item. That's it. Okay. So now we'll be preparing the balance sheet part. So now it is balance sheet as on 31st March. Sorry, we don't write debit and credit. I apologize. Okay. So now we have capital first. So that is note number 3, because opening capital they have not given us. For that we prepare opening balance sheet, or we also call it as statement of affairs. We have creditors 315400. Then we have outstanding expenses 12. Marshalling did not have to be followed. Cash in hand 59,200. Cash at bank 80. Now, so there is no other item, so we are getting capital as balancing figure, right? So 232200 plus 16800 plus 59,200 plus 80,000 plus 330600 minus 315400 minus 12,000. So that comes to 535,400. We list out all the assets and liabilities, and we know capital is equals to asset minus liability. It has been derived from dual aspect concept, right? So now just have a look again. So sometimes you will find that you need to prepare debtor and creditor to complete trading. Sometimes debtor and creditor to complete balance sheet, right? Now, sir, we did one problem where cash and bank closing balance was missing. So we had to prepare cash and bank. We did one problem in that cash and bank was to be prepared so that we can get cash sales as balancing figure. And in that problem we have seen that bank we prepared in just addition. Okay, bana ke dekh lete, right? Let us do, and we'll see that it tallied. So here we are not preparing cash and bank, because see, cash and bank closing is given, further cash sales is also given. So you are finding that all for the capital introduction and all drawings, everything is given. But still we will not prepare it in this question solution, but we will prepare it mentally, so that at least we come to know it is getting tallied. There may not, let us complete the problem. Let us complete the problem, right? So capital is 535, 400. 535, 400. Now we have got net profit. It is 30,800 plus, in this case we have further capital as well. Capital introduced by check. Then we have drawings as well. Drawings by check is 8,600. Five 35 400 plus 30,800 plus 1,70,000 minus 8,600. 727 600. Right? Now, then we have creditors, the closing balance 2,48,000. Then we have outstanding expenses 6,600. Then we have fixed assets. Now fixed asset is 2,48,000. This is after depreciation, because depreciation is balancing figure from that account. So after getting depreciation, you are getting this balance. Then we have stock 222400. Then marshalling we have to follow. Debtors we don't have. Note 4. Then cash in hand, cash at bank. So cash in hand is 24 and cash at bank is 137,600. Right? So anyway, we have to prepare debtors account. Note 4. What is the opening balance of debtor? 330. 600. Right? Now, by bank and by discount allowed. Whatever collection you have, you deposit it into the bank, and discount allowed is 30. Then you have bad debts. Right? So how much is bad debt? 8,400. Then you have sales return 29,000. And then we have two credit sale. So total sales is 14,36,200 minus the cash sales, which is 92,000. So 14,36,200 minus 13,44,200. Right? So automatically we get the balancing figure. Right? $357,400. Right? So this is basically credit sales we have to put here. So the time it is required, that time only you prepare, so that the examiner can also understand, okay fine, you started with this, you were missing this, so you prepared this to get this missing. In books what they have done, they have prepared all the working notes together and then they have started the problem. So in that case I will not be able to get a proper grip. Say for example in this time I did not felt the need of preparing cash and bank, but still I will prepare it orally just to confirm whether there is any balancing. Now let me just tell you, if I put here 357,400, so it should tally 727,600 plus 2,48,000 plus 6,600, that is 982,200. 982,200 minus 137,600 minus 24,000 minus 357,400 minus 2 minus 222,400 minus 248,800. So it is telling, it means that cash and bank does not have any balancing figure. Now just to check, right, so as of now what was missing by seeing the problem, the purchase part was missing, I did it by preparing creditor. Depreciation was missing, I did it by preparing the fixed asset. And capital was missing, I did it by preparing the opening balance sheet. And then debtors was missing, that I did. Now if you see any textbook, right, in that they have prepared cash and bank, but here did not felt the need of preparing it. Further, once we got the debtors balancing figure, so we automatically tallied this. Usually what information you get from cash book? Cash sales. One problem which we did in that, we prepared in order to complete cash book, collection from debtor and payment to creditor. By preparing debtor and creditor, we got that figure, we posted there, and we got cash sales. So cash can be prepared to get cash sales. Cash can be prepared to get, suppose they don't give us the expense payment detail, here they have given us. Cash book can be prepared to find out capital introduction, it can be to find out the drawings, anything they can treat it as balancing figure, but here they have given us all information. Now that I will prove you that there is no difference in cash and bank. So let us first take cash. So cash balance is 59,200, right? Okay. Cash and discount credited to debtor. So this collection is deposited into bank, so it will not affect cash. Sales return not affect cash, bad debt not affect cash, total sales will not affect cash, discount receipt will not affect cash, purchase return will not affect cash, capital introduced by check will not affect cash, collection from debtor deposited into bank will not affect cash, because once you collect and again you deposit it, right? Cash purchases, so minus 20,600 outflow, right? Expenses paid by cash minus 191,400, right? Okay. And then drawings by check, machinery by check, cash deposited 1 lakh, so cash outflow is minus 1 lakh. Cash withdrawn from bank, so cash again will increase, plus 184,800. And then cash sales 92,000, so plus 92,000. So you can see that 24,000 closing balance you will get. So in short I can say that there is no use of preparing cash account. Orally I will check it. Anyway, once our balance sheet has tallied, means there is no item left uncovered. If there would have been some item left uncovered, then in that case our balance sheet would not have tallied. But since our balance sheet has, because these knowledge, these skills you are going to apply when you are running short of time or when you want to complete the paper, hardly there any marks will be deducted for not preparing cash and bank. Because they know that you are preparing step by step. You prepare debtors, you put it in balance sheet, the balance sheet is telling, it means there is no item left uncovered. Right? Similarly, I will prepare the bank. 80,000 was opening. Okay. Cash and discount credited to debtors. Out of that, cash collection is deposited into bank 12 lakh 50. So plus 12 lakh 50. Return from debtor not affected. Bad debt not affected. Sales not affected. Discount received not affected. Capital introduced by check. Again plus 170. These are all inflow. Then cash purchase not affected. Expenses paid by cash not affected. Drawings by check. So minus outflow 8,600. Machinery by check, again outflow minus 63,600. Cash deposited into bank, so plus bank money coming in 1 lakh. Cash withdrawn from bank, money going out minus 184,800. Cash sales not affected. Payment to creditor by check minus 12 lakh 5,400. So you can see that I am getting 137,600, which is the closing balance of bank, right? So in this, just to confirm, we might have to prepare cash and bank. And that's already confirmed. Once you putting your debtor and things are getting tallied, it means everything is correct. Right? I think we have done a proper justification to the problem. You can just have a look.